All right, guys. So one thing I've noticed recently, it seems like a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of YouTube coaches, a lot of Instagram coaches, they're trying to sell you a dream. They're trying to sell you a pipe dream, and they're essentially trying to sell you bullshit. They're trying to make it seem like you can do a lot less effort, less dieting, less intense training, and somehow get better results. And I'm more of like a straightforward kind of like old-fashioned hard work is best kind of guy. Like I've always stood with someone like Rich Piana, who says the more you put in, the more you get out. And consider, guys, that maybe that is the truth. Maybe it's just like a math equation where you put in this amount of effort and you get this amount of results. Now, that's the way I see it, guys. And of course, honestly, there is a point of diminishing returns. I'm not saying to work out 7 days a week, 2 hours per day. I think that would probably not have the best results. But like, I would agree that like training 5 or 6 days a week, which I think is ideal, is going to yield better results than training like 2 or 3 or 4 days a week. And then I would also agree that training closer to failure, within 0 to 1 reps of failure, or maybe 2 at the very most, is going to yield better results than training like 3 or 4 or 5 reps short of failure. And I would also agree that higher volume training up to a certain point will yield better results than lower volume training. And I also believe that, you know, if you eat a little bit less, you're going to get leaner than eating twice as much as that, for example, guys. So just use common sense, use logic, use your brain. Don't fall into the myth. Don't fall into the pipe dream. Don't fall into the bullshit that these YouTube and Instagram coaches will sell you, that less is more all the time and you can put half as much effort and get twice as much results. That's bullshit, guys. You know why they say that? Is because they're trying to appeal to an audience that doesn't want to work hard. That's what it is, guys. They understand human nature, and they know that a lot of people don't want to work hard and they're looking for shortcuts. So they're essentially selling a pipe dream to that audience, which is probably more than half of the population, who want to get the results the easy way, right, guys? But I'm here to tell you the freaking truth that the harder you work, the better results you're going to get. And it doesn't have to be like the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. It doesn't have to be impossible. It doesn't have to be insanely hard. But all I'm saying is, like, don't look for a shortcut. Don't look for an easy way out. Don't believe the bullshit. Don't believe the pipe dream that, you know, people are always talking about, like, oh, the reason you're not losing weight is because you're not eating enough. Eat more. I'm like, dude, use your freaking common sense. That's not going to work, okay? You're just trying to sell a pipe dream to an audience who's looking for an easy shortcut. So it's a message for today, guys. Use your brain. God gave you a brain for a reason. Use it, and don't believe in bullshit. Use your freaking common sense. Have a good one, guys. God bless.